Hello everybody and welcome to the East Shore Wiffle Ball League. The matchup that you're about to see is between the Hershey Slimes and the GBs. Before we begin, let's take a look at their rosters. For the Slimes, we have Captain Jonathan Rivera, Grayson White, Kyle Bauer, Devin Mercado, and Jordan Swank. For the GBs, we have Joe Colon, Helena Colon, Ariel Colon, Donovan Wirtz, Tino Colon, Victoria Zellers, and Doug Ritter. Now, let's get right into the matchup.
All right, leading off here in game one is Jonathan Rivera against Tino Colon as he hits a ground ball down the left field line, and that's going to be a fair ball for a single.
Down the line.
As now we have Grayson White up to the plate as he drives it center field. That ball's gone. A two-run home run for Grayson White as he now makes the score 2-0. As now we have Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he drives it to center field. It's going to get down and get under that wall for a ground rule double. Now we have Jonathan Rivera stepping back up to the plate as he pops it up to the left side. Joe Colon not able to grab it as there was some spin on that ball, which made it hard to catch, as now there's a man on first and second. Grayson White up to the plate as he watches ball four, and that's going to load the bases. Bases loaded, no outs with Kyle Bauer up to the plate. High drive center field. Gets under the fence, so that's going to be a ground rule double, and 2 runs are going to score here, as now we're going to have a man on second and third. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate as he hits a ground ball over the left side. Kyle Bauer is going to think about it and doesn't score because they have 4 runs, and they're trying to do a little strategy here. So now Grayson White up to the plate. He watches ball 4, and that's going to now be that 5-run inning mercy rule as Kyle is going to score from third. Now we're going to be heading into the bottom of the first. The GBs down 5-0 as Ariel Colon swinging and it hits her in the face as she swings. And unfortunately, that's strike 3 for the first out of the bottom of the first. Now Tino Colon up to the plate as he drives it right center field. It's going to land short as he's going to get a single. Now we have a man on first. Joe Colon up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and that's going to be a infield single as Kyle throws it to second, but not in time. Now Doug Ritter up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to Kyle. Kyle not going to have a play as the bases are going to be loaded now. Ariel Colon back up to the plate as she hits a ground ball. Back to the pitcher, Jonathan. Jonathan tries to, I thought he was going to slap it, but he held on to it as the run's going to score. Scores 5-1 as Tino Colon watching ball 4, and that's going to score yet another run as now the score is 5-2. And Joe Colon's going to touch home plate here as now he's going to be stepping to the plate with 1 out. And ground ball back up the middle, hits off the bucket. Jonathan Rivera is just going to go and throw the ball at Ariel for the second out of the inning, but a run is going to score as now we have base runners on first and second. Doug Ritter, ground ball to the left side. Kyle Bauer not going to have a play as the bases are going to be loaded, and ensuring that Tino's on the bag is now Ariel Colon up to the plate. Ground ball down the left field line. 1 run's going to score. Joe Colon rounding third. Oh, he falls! He face plants into the ground as that's going to be the third out of the inning as the GBs are going to not be able to score that 5th run to make the inning mercy rule apply for them. So we're going to end the inning with the score 5-4 as now we're heading to the top of the second. Kyle Bauer up to the plate. Drives it to center field, and that's going to hit the base of the wall, and looks like it gets stuck in the wall. As now there's that's a double. As now Jonathan Rivera, ground ball up the middle. Kyle Bauer trucking, rounding third on his way home, and he's going to score as Jonathan Rivera with an RBI single. The score is now 6-4 as Grayson White up to the plate. And he hits a ground ball down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball as he's going to get a single out of that one. And we're going to have a man on first and second. Now we have Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he drives it right center field. That ball gets down, and Grayson was rounding second. He was thinking about going to third, but Jonathan stayed at third, so now the bases are going to be loaded here with 2 outs. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Grayson White's going to score. Kyle Bauer's just going to stay at third, though. As Jonathan's going to try and take second, but there was a man on second. There was a ghost runner on second. They're going to peg out Kyle, and it looks like since Jonathan went to second, the ghost runner is going to be on third. So we have a man on second and third. Grayson White up to the plate and pop up the pitcher. He catches it. Jonathan Rivera too far off the bag, and he gets tagged out for the third out of the inning. Great double play by Tino as they're able to avoid too much trouble as now the score 7-4 heading into the bottom of the second. Tino Colon leading it off as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and there's not going to be a play as he gets a leadoff single. Now Joe Colon up to the plate as he hits a ground ball up the middle. Kyle's going to grab it, flips it to Grayson, and that was a very close play, but I think they're going to call him safe. With it. Now we're going to have a man on first and second. Doug Ritter up to the plate, ground ball to the left side. Kyle flipping to Grayson. Grayson not able to hold on to as the bases are now loaded. No, Tino's going to score from third. As now, we're going to have a man on first and second with the score 7-5. Ariel Colon up to the plate. Ground ball to the pitcher, Jonathan. Jonathan going to just tag her out. But Joe Colon's going to be aggressive, and he's going to score, and the ball's going to be thrown away. And then Doug Ritter's going to advance to third, as now we have a man on third base as the score 7-6. Tino Colon up to the plate. Pops it up, and Kyle's going to catch it, and Doug does not tag on that. I think he would have had a good opportunity to tag there, but he stays at third. As now Joe Colon up to the plate. High drive, center field. It gets down. And Doug Ritter's going to score as Joe Colon with a single there. As now Doug Ritter back up to the plate as he watches ball 4. And now we have a man on first and second here with 2 outs as Ariel Colon's up to the plate. Ariel pop up to the left side, and Kyle Bauer's going to catch it for the 3rd out of the inning. We have a tie ball game heading into the top of the 3rd as the score is 7-7. Leading off in the top of the 3rd is Jonathan Rivera as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and good throw by Tino, but Doug not able to hang on to it. I don't think it would have beat him anyways, as now we have a man on first. And now Joe Colon flipping it to second, and they're going to get that out. So there's the first out of the top of the 3rd. Now Kyle Bauer stepping to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now we have a base runner on first and second with 1 out. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate. High drive, center field. That ball's gone. A 3-run shot for Jonathan Rivera as he's able to put the Slimes back on top. This is now the score is 10-7. Now Grayson White up to the plate as he hits a little dribbler that's going to get past that foul line, and it looks like he's going to get a single. Man on first base. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now we have a man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate, watches ball 4, and the bases are now going to be loaded. The GBs need to find a way to get out of this before it gets too ugly. As I say that, Grayson White watching strike 3 for the 2nd out of the inning, but the bases do stay loaded. As now Kyle Bauer up to the plate. Kyle, line drive up the middle. Joe not able to hang on to it, and they did not tag second in time to get that ghost runner. The bases are going to stay loaded, and a run's going to score. Jonathan Rivera watching ball 4 is now the score's 12-7 with the bases still loaded and 2 outs. Grayson White, ground ball, left side. Joe has it, and he tries to get him out at third, but not in time. But Jonathan overruns the bag at third, and he's going to be out as first base actually is the only base that you could overrun. If you overrun second and third and they tag you, well, you're out. So now the score is 13-7. The GBs need 6 to tie it as they're heading into the bottom of the 3rd as Doug Ritter watches ball 4 for a leadoff walk. Ariel Colon up to the plate, ground ball, and that's going to get through. And Doug's going to be aggressive, trying to go to third, and he's safe at third as he just barely keeps his foot right on the bag there. As now there is base runners on first and third. Tino Colon up to the plate as he hits a ground ball. Kyle throwing it to second. That's going to be an out, but a run will score. As now the score's 13-8. The GBs still have some work to do if they want to tie this one up here in game 1. As Joe Colon watching ball 4, and now we have a man on first and second. Now Doug Ritter up to the plate. Ground ball, left side. Kyle, and Kyle's not going to have a play as the bases are now going to be loaded with Ariel Colon up to the plate. Ariel, ground ball left side. Kyle Bauer's going to grab it, and he's going to tag out Joe Colon for the 2nd out, but another run's going to score as the score's 13-9 as Tino Colon swinging, tipping, hits the strike zone for the 3rd out of the inning. The Hershey Slimes are going to take game 1 by a final score of 13-9 as now we're going to be heading into game number 2. Leading off in game number 2 is Jonathan Rivera as he watches ball 4 for a leadoff walk to get this one started. Now Grayson White up to the plate with a little chopper swing that goes into no man's land. And now we have a man on first and second. As now Kyle Bauer up to the plate. Ground ball to the right side. Doug's going to try and get there in time. And I think they're going to say he beat him by half a step, as that is going to be the first out of the inning. That was pretty close. It looks like they might have both missed the bag, but we're not sure. As Jonathan Rivera now watching ball 4 as the bases are going to be loaded here. Grayson White up to the plate, pop up, center field, Tino grabs it, Kyle's going to be aggressive and score as that ball almost hits him, as now Joe Colon turns and he pegs Jonathan, but it wasn't even the right ball. The ball that was thrown to the backstop was the right ball, so that out's not going to count. that was funny. I don't know if he tried to deceive or if he just didn't know what was going on, but now we're going to have a man on second and third as that peg out there doesn't count, as now Kyle Bauer watching ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded here with 2 outs. Jonathan Rivera swinging and missing for strike number 3 as the Slimes are only able to score 1 here in the top of the first, as now we're going to be heading into the bottom of the first. Ariel Colon leading it off against Kyle Bauer as she swings and misses for strike 3. 1 out. Tino Colon up to the plate as he hits a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. As now we have a man on first. Joe Colon up to the plate as he drives it left center field. That ball's gone. A 2-run home run for Joe Colon as he's able to drive it out of the park here to put the GBs on top by a score of 2-1.
It's going good on the right-handers, but the lefties I can't really.
And now Doug Ritter is going to be stepping to the plate here with 1 out. And he hits a ground ball back to the pitcher, Kyle. Kyle not able to hold on to it as it gets by him. And now we have a man on first base. Ariel Colon up to the plate as she hits a ground ball back to Kyle. Kyle not able to handle that one either, as now we have base runners on first and second. Tino Colon up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now the bases are going to be loaded here. Joe Colon up to the plate as he swings and misses for the second out of the inning. Doug Ritter up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's going to walk home a run, as now the score is 1-3. Ariel Colon up to the plate as she swings and misses. I think that was a slider. That was a nice slide piece by Kyle to get the third out of the inning. Now we're going to be heading into the top of the second as the score is 3-1. Grayson White with the ground ball to the left side. Tino not going to have a play, as that's going to be a leadoff single for Grayson. Now Kyle Bauer up to the plate. Pops it up to the left side. Hits off the wall. I thought that was more of a pop-up, but it just kept carrying, as now we have a man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera watching ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded now. Grayson White up to the plate as he drives it. Center field. That ball's gone. It just gets over that center field fence, as now the Hershey Slimes are on top with that home run, as the score is now 5-3. Clutch home run by Grayson to be able to get them on top. As now we have Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he watches ball 4 and has a no-out walk. Now Jonathan Rivera up to the plate as he drives it right field. Gone! A 2-run home run for Jonathan Rivera, and our 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply, as now the score is 7-3, and we're going to be heading into the bottom of the second. Now leading off in the bottom of the second, Tino Colon as he swings, ground ball to the left side, and that's going to be a infield single. As now there's a man on first, Joe Colon up to the plate, and he hits a ground ball to the left side. Jonathan slapping it like a cat, trying to get it to Grayson, but it went a little wild, as now we have a man on first and second. Doug Ritter swinging and missing for the first out of the inning. Now Ariel Colon up to the plate as she watches ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded. Now we have Tino Colon here as he's going to hit a ground ball to the left side. Jonathan's going to grab it. He's going to throw to Ariel for the second out of the inning, but a run is going to score, as now the score is 7-4. Base runners on first and second. Joe Colon up to the plate, and he hits it up the middle. Jonathan's going to grab it. He's going to throw it to second, and Ariel, unfortunately, with a base running mistake, as she doesn't run it out to second. I don't know if she didn't know how many outs there were or what, but that's going to be the third out of the inning, as now we're going to be heading into the top of the third. Grayson White up to the plate. High drive, left field, and that ball's gone. A solo shot for Grayson White as he's able to get a leadoff home run here, and now Kyle Bauer is up to the plate as he has a ground ball back to the pitcher, Joe. Joe going to try and throw it at Kyle, and he misses him, and that ball is actually going to get out of play, so it looks like Kyle is actually going to end up on second base here on that, I guess, throwing error, as now we have a man on second with no outs. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate. High drive center field. That ball's gone. A 2-run home run for Jonathan Rivera as he's able to add some insurance to the lead that they already have, as now the score is 10-4. Grayson White up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and that's going to be a chopper single. Yet another chop swing by Grayson, as now Kyle Bauer watching ball 4, and we have a man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate. High drive left field. That ball is way gone, as that is a 3-run home run for Jonathan Rivera, and yet another home run in this inning by him, as now the score is 13-4. Huge lead now here by the Slimes, as they're looking to add more insurance with no outs. As another chopper swing by Grayson. That's his, I think, 3rd chopper hit, as he's going to reach for a single. Kyle Bauer now up to the plate. No outs here as he watches ball 4, and now we have a man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded. And the GBs are kind of in trouble here. They got to find a way to get out of this inning quick, as now ground ball to the left side. Tino's going to throw it at Jonathan for an out, but a run is going to score, as now we have a man on first and second. 14-4. Kyle Bauer up to the plate. High drive center field, and that one is gone. A 3-run home run for Kyle Bauer, and that just continues to add to their padding, as now the score is 17-4. And it's not looking good for the GBs in this one, as they got to get 2 more outs here to end the top of the 3rd, since there's no 5-inning mercy rule, as Jonathan Rivera hits a ground ball up the middle. Joe throws it to first. Good play, as they are able to get the 2nd out of the inning, as now Grayson White up to the plate. High drive center field. That ball's gone. A solo shot by Grayson White, as now the floodgates are really open, as the score is 18-4. Kyle Bauer pop up to center, and Doug's going to record it for the 3rd out of the top of the 3rd. The GBs need 14 runs to tie and 15 to win, as we're heading into the bottom of the 3rd. The GBs have some work to do, as Ariel Colon ground ball to the left side. Kyle throws it to first, but not in time, as Ariel's going to have a single. Now, Tino Colon watching ball 4, as now we have a man on first and second. And Joe Colon up to the plate, ground ball, and that's just going to get past that foul line, and the bases are going... No, Ariel overran the bag, and he throws it to Ariel, and it goes underneath her. Wow, almost a base running mistake by Ariel, but she recovered as she dove back, as now the bases are loaded with Doug Ritter. Ground ball, Kyle flipping the second, and that's going to be the 1st out of the inning, but a run is going to score, as now the score is 18-5. Ariel Colon up to the plate, pops it up, and Grayson able to grab it. Squeezes it for the 2nd out of the inning. Tino Colon up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. As now Joe Colon up to the plate as he drives it left field. That ball's gone. A grand slam for Joe Colon, as he keeps the GBs kind of in this one, as now the score is 18-9. It is still a big lead to overcome, especially with 2 outs, but you never know here. I think the GBs might have it within them. We'll see. As now Doug Ritter up to the plate, and he hits it off the base of the left field fence, and that's going to be a single. As Doug takes a big round at first, but he's going to stay at first anyways. As now Ariel Colon up to the plate. Ground ball back to the pitcher, Grayson. Grayson's going to throw to Ariel, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning, as the Slimes are going to defeat the GBs here in Game 2 by a score of 18-9. As now we're going to be heading into game number 3. Jonathan Rivera leading off in game number 3 against Joe Colon as he drives it left field. Just warning track power that goes right to Donovan Wirtz for the 1st out of the inning. Now, Grayson White, ground ball to the left side, and Donovan's not going to be able to have a play, as now we have a man on first. And Kyle's going to check swing, but they're going to say he went, as that's the 2nd out of the inning. Is now Jonathan Rivera up as he pops it up to the right side, and Tino not going to be able to grab it, as that error is going to let Jonathan reach, as now we have a man on first and third, as now Grayson White up to the plate watching ball 4, and now the bases are going to be loaded here. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he drives it. Center field. That ball's gone. A grand slam by Kyle Bauer. And that error that the GBs made there kind of hurt them, as they could have been out of the inning with minimal damage. Actually, no damage. But now the score is 4-0. As now Jonathan Rivera up to the plate as he pops it up to the right side. And Joe Colon diving, almost making a great play, but just out of reach as Jonathan's going to reach. And Grayson White hits a pop-up, and Donovan Wirtz is going to grab it for the third out of the inning. We're going to be heading into the bottom of the first now with Donovan Wirtz leading off against Grayson White as he hits a ground ball back to Grayson. Grayson throws it to first, and that was a super close play as I think he's going to be safe, but he's going to go to second, and he's going to go on his way to third as he's able to get to third base on that one. As now Tino Colon up to the plate. High drive, center field. That ball's gone. A 2-run home run for Tino Colon, as now the score is 4-2. Joe Colon hits a little chopper back to the pitcher. Grayson not able to hold on to it, as now we're going to have a man on first. Doug Ritter, ground ball to the pitcher again, and he's not going to have a play, as now we're going to have a man on first and second. Donovan Wirtz up to the plate as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Now Tino Colon up to the plate as he hits ground ball to the left side. Kyle Bauer tries to hit Joe, but he misses him, as now Joe's going to score, and now we're going to have a man on second and third with Joe Colon up to the plate. And he hits a ground ball back to the pitcher, and Grayson is going, oh, he misses him! And 1 run's going to score, and 2 runs are going to score, and Joe Colon able to duck the ball there to help the GBs take the lead, and the 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply. What a great play by Joe as he's able to duck that ball, as now we're heading into the top of the second as Kyle Bauer is going to watch ball 4 for a leadoff walk. Now Jonathan Rivera up to the plate as he hits a pop up to the right side. Tino squeezing it for the first out of the inning. Now Grayson White up to the plate as he hits a pop-up to the pitcher, Joe, and Joe not able to hold on to it, as now we're going to have a man on first and second with 1 out. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he pops it up to the right side. Tino Colon under it, and there's the second out of the inning, and Jonathan Rivera thought there was 2 outs, but they're just going to throw it to second for the third out of the inning as he advanced too soon and did not tag up properly. As we're heading to the bottom of the second, score is 4-5 as Doug Ritter swinging and missing for the first out of the inning. Donovan Wirtz up to the plate, pops it up, and Grayson almost making a great play, but he had another ball in his hand, and Donovan Wirtz going to be super aggressive and end up on third on that. His speed is just lightning fast. Now Tino Colon up to the plate, ground ball to the left side. Donovan's going to easily score, and Tino's going to reach for a single. Now Joe Colon up to the plate as he hits a ball above his head. Jonathan tagging second, and he pegs Joe for a double play. What a beautiful play by Jonathan Rivera as that ball was hit right up the middle. He tagged second and was able to hit Joe before he reached first. What a great play as now we're heading into the top of the third. Jonathan Rivera leading it off as he watches ball 4. The Hershey Slimes need 2 to tie and 3 if they want to take it to the bottom of the third, as now Grayson White up to the plate as he hits it to the left side. Donovan Wirtz gonna catch it for the first out of the inning. Now Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he hits a ground ball over to the right side. Tino over to Donovan. Donovan not able to hang on to it. And it looks like Jonathan's going to be safe at second as Donovan was like right over the bag. So some obstruction there as now Jonathan Rivera watching ball 4 as now the bases are going to be loaded. Grayson White up to the plate, ground ball left side. Donovan's going to try and peg. Jonathan misses him, but Jonathan's going to stay at third base, and a run is going to score as the score is now 5-6 with Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he hits it to the right side, and the tying run's going to score, and Tino's going to kind of throw it away. There's another run's going to score, and now the score is 7-6 with a man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate. Now high drive center field. Is that ball going to get out? It does! A 3-run home run for Jonathan Rivera as he's able to add a little bit of padding now to the Hershey Slimes lead as the score is now 10-6.
Yep. Let's go, bro. That's huge.
And now Grayson White's going to be stepping to the plate here as he hits a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be a single. 1-out single for Grayson White. As now Kyle Bauer up to the plate, and he pops it up to the left side. Joe Colon able to get that one for the second out of the inning. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate, watching ball 4, as now we have a man on first and second with 2 outs. Grayson White up to the plate, high drive, left center field. That ball's gone. A 3-run home run for Grayson White, as he's able to add even more padding to the Hershey Slimes lead with that 2-out shot. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now we have a man on first. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate, pops it up, center field. Donovan Wirtz squeezes it for the 3rd out of the inning. The GBs need 7 runs to tie and 8 to win here as we're heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Doug Ritter up to the plate as he hits a ground ball back to pitcher Grayson. Grayson throws it to first, and that's going to be the 1st out of the inning. Now Donovan Wirtz up to the plate, high drive, center field. That ball's gone. A solo shot by Donovan Wirtz. The score is now 13-7 as Tino Colon ground ball up the middle, and Grayson yet another out as he gets the 2nd out of the inning. Joe Colon stepping to the plate with 2 outs here as he pops it to center field. Kyle Bauer's going to squeeze it for the 3rd out of the inning, and that's going to be the end of Game 3. The Slimes win 13-7, as that is going to be the end of our series for today. The Slimes were able to sweep the GBs in all 3 games. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you around in the next one.